Hello everyone and welcome to the Waffle Flower channel. It's Shannon here and today I'm going to show you die cutting with faux suede. I've got the Feathermore die set here and I'm pulling out the feathers from that set. And to the right I've got my faux suede. This is called Ultra Suede. It has a nice thickness to it, no weave, so you won't have any unraveling. And it comes in lots of colors. I couldn't find it at Joann's though, so I know you can find it at Etsy though. You can find it at some Etsy shops. It's a material that's typically used in bead embroidery, but it cuts beautifully with our dies. So this is a fun medium to use to start purchasing and using in your cards, or like what I'm going to use it for today, jewelry. So you can use it for other crafting purposes too. Alright, so I've just have a scrap of that Ultra Suede, taped down my dies and ran through my Cuttlebug just like you would with your cardstock. Nothing different here, and it cut it beautifully. And there's my feathers. Alright, so here I've cut 4 total. I'm going to make 2 earrings with the 2 of the smaller feathers, and then a necklace with the larger feather and that one remaining small feather. I'm using painter's tape here to mask off a little portion of the bottom of the feather, and I'm doing it at an angle because I want to kind of create that dipped metal look. Typically you see it with gold. I'm going to do, my metallic color is going to be copper. Here's the paint here, right there, that I'm using. It's made by Art Deco. It's part of their Dazzling Metallics series, and this is called Worn Penny. You can use other brands of metallic acrylic paints. This is just the one that the shade that I liked, and it seemed to work well for me. Alright, I'm just painting it with my brush here, nothing fancy. I have it mounted on a piece of scrap paper so I can be messy and not have to worry about my workspace. And this needs to dry. When I'm done here painting, you need to let this dry to 2 to 3 hours. You can lightly touch the surface just to see if any paint comes off on your finger. You'll know if it's not dry. Alright, so now it's been like 2.5 hours. I'm peeling off the painter's tape, and I'm getting it ready here to paint the other side. I want that dipped look to be continuous on both sides. Particularly important on the earrings, I think, because they kind of dangle and you can see either side at times. So I want to make sure I paint both sides of the feather. Alright, so I'm trying to mask off this lower portion, and I'm doing it wrong. So don't do it this way. And after I did it wrong, it kind of dawned on me the right way to do it. So have your painted side facing you, and then with the sticky side facing you as well, but behind the feather, line up the edge of that painter's tape with that painted edge on the front. And that will kind of help you create a continuous dip look on both sides. So after I figured out how to do it the right way, I do it the right way on all these feathers here. So I used feather dies to cut out these, like pendants and what I'm going to use for my earrings, but you could use other shapes too. I think circles would be nice, or triangles, or even a little chevron. There's lots of, just go through your stash and see what you have. I really do like the feathers, so I just think they have a nice kind of organic look. But there are lots of dies that would work for this too, so go through your stash and see what you have. Alright, turning it over here. Sticking it down now, I've got it all ready to paint the other side. Do again with that worn penny again. And I will also have to let this dry for another 2 to 3 hours. And I'm using that Coral Ultra Suede. I've been kind of like an assembly line here, and I've been making a lot. So here's another color of Ultra Suede that I have. I have a whole bunch of scraps, and I'm making a lot of these for my sister and some friends. So I have an assembly line here of necklaces and earrings. Okay, so I've got the large and small here. I'm getting it ready here to make a necklace. I cut off the stem of the feathers. I don't need that. And now I'm just punching it with a hole punch, the top of the feathers. And I've got some jewelry making supplies up here. I've got some, what are those called? Jump rings, right there. Those are the jump rings. The bag I bought came in 2 sizes, a large and a small. And I've got some pliers here. I'm going to open up that jump ring, that large jump ring, and then with my pliers, and then I'll feed my feathers through once I get it open here. So I bought the jump rings and the chain that you see on the right there, all at Joann's, but you can definitely find these at Michael's and other craft stores. Okay, so I'm going through, feeding that opened jump ring through both of those feathers. I got the small feather stacked on top of the large. Now there's an embellishment that I made with some leftover chain and a jump hook, or jump ring, sorry. And I'm putting that also on my jump ring. And then I've got a small jump ring that I'm putting on there as well. So I got 4 things on there. My embellishment, my small feather, my large feather, and a small jump ring, in that order. Okay, now I'm closing it up. And I'll open up now that small jump ring that I have on attached to that large one. Okay, so I'm opening it up here with my pliers. And there is my chain. I'm just feeding it through that small jump ring, and then I will close it up. And that necklace will be done. And I should mention the chain that I purchased at Joann's wasn't a continuous chain. It had open ends, so I ended up having to pry open one of the small links and then close it on the other end to make a continuous chain. So that's kind of how you would do that. Okay, so there's one necklace. So here's 2 more feathers for earrings, and you can see how I masked these ones a little different. I did it vertically as opposed to on the lower bottom and at an angle. So you can have fun with how you mask these as well. You can kind of get creative there. Alright, so I've got my large jump ring again. I'm opening it up and I'm feeding my feather through. And then I'll close it up with my pliers. And then I've got a small jump ring there, and I'll open that up, and I'll feed the feather through and my hoop fish hook earring, which I also bought a pack of those at Joann's too. And I bought them all in these. They come in gold and silver, but and like a bronze. And I got this bronze color to kind of match my copper paint. Okay, so I'm doing the exact same thing on this other feather here, opening up that large hook, feeding it through the feather, closing it up. Here's my small hook. I'm going to open that up, feed that through the large hook that I just put on the feather. And then before I close it, I'll add my fish hook earring and then close that up. And there you go, there's my pair of earrings all done. Okay, so now I'm going to work on a card, and I'm going to use this card to kind of give my earring. One is going to be one for my earrings and one for my for my necklace. I used the pinking layers to cut the rectangles, and then I used the gift bag die set there. I pulled out that elongated oval and just a circle to kind of cut those negative spaces out of the pinking layer rectangles. So that elongated oval negative space, that's what I'm going to use to feed my necklace through. I'm going to use this one for my necklace. I'm feeding that chain through there, and then I'll turn it over here, and I'm just trying to lay it flat as I can, that chain. And keep it in the center. And here's just some Scotch tape. Now that I got it kind of flat, I'm going to tape it down. And then I'm going to grab my foam tape here, and I'm going to create like a little pocket around the chain. I have to adjust the chain a little bit here because I didn't leave enough room for my foam tape. And I did the tape first because I kind of want my foam tape to go over the Scotch tape. And hold it all in place there. So that's why I did the Scotch tape first. Alright, so I'm actually going to do 2 layers of this foam tape. And this foam tape is not the 3M kind. I got this at the 99-cent store. It's super sticky, which is a good thing because I totally made a mistake right there. I did not remove the backing on my first layer of foam tape. So, and I just put it right on top. But luckily, since it's so sticky, the backing doesn't peel off very easily and it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so now that I've got the necklace done, I'm just going to show you how I do the earrings. I'm putting a pair of earrings on one card and a necklace on another card. I'm giving them individually, not together as a set. And I'm just showing you how I do the earrings. Not too different from the necklace. I'm feeding them through the negative space and then I'll turn it over and I will hold the fish hooks back with a piece of Scotch tape again. And then I will also use some foam tape kind of around the hooks, the fish hook backs, just to compensate for the thickness of those wires. I don't need two though, I only need one layer this time. It's not as thick as the chain for the necklace. And that almost done here. Okay, and if you want to hold down your feathers, you can use a little piece of rolled Scotch tape to hold them down if you don't want them kind of like loosely dangling around on your card. Okay, so there's my card base. It's 5x7 on craft paper. I've got the Feathermore stamp set here, and I'm showing you the sentiment I'm using. It says, "You are the best sister anyone," oh, I can't remember. "Anyone could feather have." There we go, that's what it is. A really cute little sentiment, especially to go with these this feather necklace and earrings that I'm making. Okay, so I've already got it mounted, the sentiment on my Misty. I did 2 layers of Leica Pro gray, and now I'm using a Dewdrop Brilliance Rocket Red Gold on top. I'm stamping it twice. I just found that made a nice copper color, that ink recipe. And that is pretty much done. Just a sentiment, really simple card because I'm letting the necklace shine. Pulling off the backing on the and stick it down, and that is my card. So if you want any more product info, please visit waffleflower.com and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for more creative ideas. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day.